Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing better than the Chelsea-Southampton game, because let's face it, we were all peed off on that one, and there were big lessons to be learned. There was a few points that dawned upon us in terms of what we're really about defensively, and the fact that it's not just down to one player, it's not just down to one moment. It's a collective. It's a collective, and we cannot afford to defend as a team in the same way that we did against Southampton tomorrow night against Sevilla. We cannot. Why? Because Sevilla are no mugs. Sevilla are going to come to win. They know that they can top the group. They know they have it in them. If they take charge of Chelsea and they beat us, they will go on to top the group. Why? Because let's face it, the other two teams, Krasnodar new to the scene. We've never even heard of them. Let's be real. Never know, but we never heard of them. Realistically, Chelsea and Sevilla should be beating Krasnodar. The same goes for Rennes, but Rennes are a little bit, more known and a little bit more competitive than a team like Krasnodar. However, realistically, top of the group is going to be between Chelsea and Sevilla. You'd think, touch wood, but Sevilla know they have what it takes to top the group, and they get that done by beating Chelsea, and they have what it takes. We cannot defend in the same manner that we did against Southampton, and I hope Lampard has learned the lessons, and I hope that we can take loads from it and not apply the same mistakes against Sevilla. Now, before we get into things, I want to ask you guys, make sure you're following me on Twitch, because Twitch is an absolute madness at the moment. My FIFA career mode has gone up and down like a roller coaster. It's like real life Chelsea. Just to give you a little preview, I lost 5-1 to West Brom last night, and then straight after that, I beat Man City at the Etihad 4-3. It's pretty much like real life anyway. But make sure you're following me there, and streams will be coming your way, not tonight or tomorrow, but soon after it will be. Now, one thing I want to say. The press conference earlier on, Frank Lampard gave to the press in terms of preparation about Sevilla, and he answered a few questions, and I watched it live, and I was waiting for team news to be given. I was waiting for one journalist to step forward and go, Frank, what's the latest for team news? Any injuries? We went through the entire flipping press conference. Not one journalist asked about team news. Absolutely shambolic. Every single journalist, right, that asked Frank a question, I want to ask you, what on earth were you thinking? How can you not ask the flipping question that is asked at every single press conference, and for this game, this one game, we actually genuinely are desperate to know what the team news is, and no one asks. No one asks. In fact, we have to now go and do the research and try and find out for ourselves. And luckily, we have well-connected sources that are able to give us the info. But no one was asking about latest team news, no injuries, no one. Instead, what we have, journalists asking Frank Lampard about Virgil van Dijk, and is that going to threaten Liverpool's title bid? What on earth has that got to do with tomorrow night? What has Virgil van Dijk, all due respect to him, I hope he recovers, I hope he gets better, he's out for the season, it's a bad injury, good luck to him and good luck to Liverpool, yeah? On a sporting level, good luck. I have nothing against VVD, his injury or whatnot. On a human level, look, good luck, and I hope you get better. But what on earth has that got to do with Chelsea versus Sevilla in the Champions League? It's got no relevance whatsoever. Why are we asking about Van Dijk? Why are we asking about Billy Gilmore coming back in 3 weeks' time when we are looking to find out who's available for tomorrow? No one asked. Shambles. Anyway, I did some digging, and thanks to the main men, right, we managed to clarify a few things. So, initially what happened was Dan McCarthy was the one to come out with a bit of information, and thank you to Dan McCarthy, because at least he clarified. He wasn't at the press conference. Matt Law wasn't at the press conference either. I think he got blocked out of the Zoom call by mistake, and he wasn't able to get back in, but he did clarify a few things afterwards as well, so fair play to Matt Law. But Dan McCarthy came out with this. Morning from me, seeing many complain about the lack of intellectual questions in Frank's presser, especially team news. From what I've heard, Silva will start, Azpilicueta will start. Overall, not too many changes from the team against Southampton. Mendy unfit. Kovacic should be available. Not sure if he'll start. Same pivot wouldn't surprise me. Haven't heard on the goalkeeper yet. Wouldn't be surprised to see Kepa. No idea on Mount as of now. I've heard from one source that Pulisic will keep his place. Things can change. Update soon. Not too long afterwards, he then came out with this in reference to his previous tweet. Regarding this thread, all those mentioned trained. Silva, Azpilicueta, Kovacic, Pulisic, Ziyech. Mendy behind Silva? And this was the picture he was referring to. Is that Mendy behind Silva? Now, when we compare the picture with this picture, which is an old picture, the bottoms are the same, the boots look pretty much the same, the gloves are the same, and yeah, so did Mendy train? Did he not? Not so sure. Later on, Dan McCarthy then came out with this. Aware of this on the fifth stand. The cross-referencing with other accounts and connections. Was told confidently Mendy wouldn't play. Training and match fitness are different things, goalkeeper or not. For the record, I want him to play just as much as desperately as you do. And the article was from the Chelsea website saying that apparently Mendy trained. Not long after that, we then had Simon Phillips clarify per Matt Law and Oliver Harwood saying this. Chelsea now hopeful that Edouard Mendy will play against Sevilla tomorrow after being back in training today. So Mendy trained. We started off the day thinking it's not going to happen. He hasn't trained. Then we got to he's trained. Now, apparently, he's fit. So, you see, now, if we had just asked Frank Lampard in the flipping press conference, we wouldn't be having any of this confusion going on right now. But the good news out of all of that crazy roller coaster throughout the day, everyone's fit. Everyone is back. So, I'm about to give you my team. Who would I give as my starting 11? Who is going to start tomorrow against Sevilla? I'm going to tell you what I want and not what Frank Lampard's going to do. I'll mention what Frank's going to do, but I'm going to give you what I want because I think it's fair. And then tomorrow we can compare with the actual lineup. Let's start off. Now, I was going to put Willy Caballero in goal. I'm not. I'm going to put Mendy in goal now. And I have Willy Caballero noted down here. I can jot that out. Mendy's going in goal. He trained. He's fit. He's going in goal. I don't care. I don't care. Mendy is starting the game. We'll stick with the same formation, 4-2-3-1 in essence. Right back, I would personally go Reece James. Offering more of that width, offering more speed, offering more of an outlet to cross a ball into the box, which Azpilicueta can do, but not as well as Reece James. The only thing that worries me is Azpilicueta defensively is a little bit more solid than Reece James. When it comes to tracking back, being in position in time, getting the tackles in, Azpilicueta has a bit more of a success rate than Reece James. But overall, in terms of attacking and overlapping and having the energy and all of that, Reece James is the better option. I feel against a European opponent like Sevilla, Reece James would probably be best. Azpilicueta's been playing regularly, and I know he's going to start. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I know Lampard will pick Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta spoke in the press conference as well. It will be Azpi to start, but if it was me, I would go Reece James for tomorrow night, and then against Man United, we can see. Ben Chilwell, left back. No questions asked. There's no need to even entertain why. Alonso is suspended. He will not be featuring tomorrow, so I expect Emerson on the bench. But Chilwell, for me, would be starting this game. Centre-backs, Silva is back. Yeah, he's gotten rid of his jet lag. I honestly did not think I would ever use that as a reason as to why a player would miss a game. But hey, here we are in 2020. Anything's possible. Silva and Zuma for me starting the game. And I know some of you are going to be looking at me going, Zuma? No. We have to be consistent, yeah? Yes, he made mistakes against Southampton, but we have to be consistent. We can't keep chopping and changing and doing an absolute madness. We need some consistency. Keep Zuma in the team. He is one of our best centre-backs. I think we can agree. Him tied next to Thiago Silva is our best centre-back pairing. So let's roll with it. The pivot, I would go N'Golo Kante, and I would go Mateo Kovacic. I would go Mateo Kovacic just for some balance. And I'm going to come to that at the end after I have given you my 11. I'll come back to that. In the number 10 role, Kai Havertz. No questions asked. I think we agree. Left wing, Pulisic. He keeps his place and I don't want to see him on the right, accommodating Mason Mount. No. That was silly. I didn't mention it in my review. I should have, but it was silly. There was no reason to do that whatsoever. If Pulisic is going to be playing, play him in his preferred position on the left. And if we need a right winger, we have Callum Hudson-Odoi, who is, guess what, a right winger. Anyway, so yeah, Pulisic on the left, Hakim Ziyech. Now, I've read that there's a chance he might start off the bench again. No. He's starting tomorrow. I don't care. He played nearly 40 minutes for Morocco. He looked fine. Then he played about 15 minutes. It should have been more, but he played 15 minutes for Chelsea against Southampton. He looked fine. He's starting. There's no reason to not start him at this point, except paranoia. And I think Lampard is a bit paranoid. I think he is worried. He doesn't want to see an injury. So he's like, no, I'm going to overprotect you. I'm not going to, even though you're 100% fit, I'm not going to risk it. No. Sometimes you got to take that. You got to cross that line. He's fit. Play him. If not, Callum Hudson-Odoi starts. But Ziyech for me needs to start. That's just my opinion. Timo Werner up front, I think is logical. He played fantastic against Southampton. Timo Werner was sublime. So up front, which is what we've been waiting for, him in the number 9 position, he is going to smash it. Keep playing him up front and I'm sure we'll see goals. Now, going back to the Kante-Kovacic point that I wanted to end the video on. We had a big defensive issue against Southampton. Let's face it, as a team we couldn't defend and there were some tactical reasons as to why. For those of you that have been online and watched all the analysis and seen what's happened, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's clear as day that there was a big gap between the defence and the midfield, yeah? On transition or when we're conceding the play or when we're pressing high, the back four seems to sit low. And then that causes a massive gap in between the midfield and the defence. Now, when that happens, all it takes is one ball across the top into the big pocket of space for Sevilla players, or in Southampton's case, Southampton players, to grab the ball, run with it and put our backline under pressure, which is exactly what they did because more times than not, they ended up in a 4v4 and we were in panic. And when you have, Kepa in goal and the defenders just panicking, you know what's going to happen. For this reason, I would play Kovacic. Why? Because I would tell Kante to sit back. What we were doing, we were having Kante and Jorginho pressing. As a pivot, for me, I don't see any reason for both of them to press. Southampton weren't doing it. When you look at it, they had 5 players pressing, but just 5. 5 of them were sitting back, and one of them was a midfielder supporting their back four. We weren't doing that. We were leaving our back four exposed by themselves. No midfield support whatsoever. We can't do that tomorrow night. We really can't. We do that, we are conceding. I promise you, we are conceding. It's vital that we have a presence and we have a link between defence and attack. Now, Kante, for me, needs to be that. Why? Because when he's playing alongside Jorginho and we have both of them pressing, Jorginho, for me, is not someone that's going to be playing in an offensive position. He just needs to sit back, but he's not the most physical guy. He's someone that you use when you're not under pressure. Or when you have a bit of pressure, just a bit, he's able to ping a long ball. But he's someone that tries to build the play. He needs the space and he needs the time. If he's getting pressed, I don't see much use of Jorginho. Kovacic, on the other hand, is a physical lad, and I can rely on him defensively as well as offensively, and that gives us the option to keep Kante back. Kovacic is the one that can go forward and support the play and play alongside Kai Havertz when needed and support Pulisic on his left-hand side, but Kante can sit. You don't need to go up and do all of that and press and do all that madness. No. What you have to think about is if we're playing Kante and Jorginho, for me, I wouldn't send both, so that's key. But Jorginho, for me, is not going to be someone that's going to go offensive and then have Kante sit back. So in hindsight, what would you do? You would tell Jorginho to sit back and Kante to go up and support, wouldn't you? But if we get caught on transition and Jorginho is the man in front of the back four that has to protect the back four, I don't feel at ease. I don't feel like he's, going to be capable of that on a consistent basis, whereas I know I can rely on N'Golo Kante. So that's why I would play Kovacic to be the offensive lad in the pivot and tell Kante to sit back whenever we are looking to press. That way, if we do get caught, there is a man there, one, to be able to catch a transition or catch a ball over the top, and 2, if it does go all the way to our back four and we get the first header onto it, there's a man there that can win the second ball, which is what we were not doing against Southampton, and it meant we kept losing possession in vital spaces. That is why I would go with Kante and Kovacic tomorrow, and hopefully we can eliminate that problem between defensive midfield. That's key. That's key. We cannot allow our back four to be under more pressure. Defensively, as a team, we need to be a unit. We need to defend together. We need to go as a block. Simple as that. And if we don't do that, we will get caught in pockets of space and expose ourselves. And that's what keeps happening. So as far as I'm concerned, that would be my 11. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button. Let's try and get to 7,000 likes. Do follow me on Twitch, as I said at the beginning. Thank you all so much. And I will see all of you tomorrow after it's all said and done. And hopefully we're top of the group. We've beaten Sevilla and we have to forget about Southampton. Fingers crossed, and then we can focus on United. Let's hope nothing bad happens tomorrow. I pray. I'll see you after the game. Thank you for watching. Enjoy it. Look after yourselves. Have a good one. Take care. And peace.